Extreme cold warnings are in effect. We have wind chills as low as 10 to 20 below zero. The National Weather Service warning, of course, the high risk of hypothermia and frostbite. On top of that, you have snow-covered roads. We have the risk of icing, especially across the southern tier of the state. Joining us now is Ashley Luningham. She's a public information officer for Arkansas Emergency Management. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, of course.
So how's your team been preparing ahead of this historic event? I mean, Arkansas has seen ice and snow before, but of this magnitude for this duration, it's quite challenging.
Yes, absolutely. We started coordination calls with our state and local partners on Tuesday of this week, and we've continued to do that every single day. And as we were briefed out by the National Weather Service, and when they forecasted that there would be the potential of freezing rain and a significant amount down in the southern portion of Arkansas. That's when we started to coordinate with our state and local partners to get resources together to go ahead and prepare as much as we possibly could. So that's really the key. We've prepared. The National Guard is out with Arkansas State Police. They are around. They've already helped a few people who have been stranded on the roadways. RDOT, started pre-treating those roads. Of course, they always do before that winter storm. And of course, with the possibility of power outages, we started an interactive map from our local jurisdictions. They send in warming shelters, and we've gotten several across the state that are open currently. And all our Kansans can go on our website and look at our citizens portal to see that. So it's really about the preparation. And now, we're just here. We've activated the State Emergency Operations Center. We're here if the state needs us.
Talk to me more about activating the State Emergency Operations Center. What does that mean for our Kansans? I mean, all hands on deck, of course, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we activate the State Emergency Operations Center, we go from a level 3 to a level 1, which is full activation. We'll be here from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., full staff, and pretty much taking calls from our state and local partners that are out there right now, seeing what, seeing everything that needs, that our Kansans need. And we're there to kind of coordinate if they need any resources to find things for them. If that is the case. So we're here for them if they need us, and we'll just wait it out with them.
And actually, we're looking at some of the DOT cameras, of course, the roads themselves. I mean, they're already caked in snow. Talk about the challenge it is when you talk about the entire state of Arkansas, the northern tier of this, and really right up to the I-30, I-40 interchange. We've had snow. And then this transition to icing that we know is going to take us through really the end of this weekend. How do you approach that as a team and then getting that message out to people across the entire state?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Arkansas Department of Transportation has done a fantastic job already pre-treating those roads. And they're out there right now trying to clear those roads off. And, it's a good thing that it happened on the weekend because, if you don't have to get out, and that's what we've been telling people, if you don't have to get out, then stay at home as much as you possibly can. Because, when you mix ice into all of this on the roadways, it gets extremely dangerous. And so we just, we encourage people, we've been telling people to just stay home if you can.
Absolutely. Well, Ashley, we appreciate your time here on Fox Weather. Real quick, how many folks are out in Arkansas right now with the DOT and with emergency management operations? I mean, are we talking thousands of crews?
Yes, I don't know the exact number, but there are several crews that have been brought in. I know that there was a photo that I saw on Facebook. There were several linemen in the parking lot around Little Rock, and it was just a great thing to see because they've brought several people in to prepare for this event.
Absolutely. Everybody is here, all hands on deck to make sure safety is top of mind. That's Arkansas Emergency Management Officer with the PIO officer. Thank you, Ashley Luningham, for joining us here on Fox Weather.